Oh, hey, happy Thursday. Sorry, I was taking a quick nap. Um, Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to another day closer to the end of the week, which is a good thing because I'm ready for the weekend tomorrow afternoon. When I get off work, I'm heading out of town. That's what I'm doing. So, really excited to be going out of town and to relax and unwind. I really could go for it. It's not been overly stressfully busy or anything, but I plan on enjoying a little bit of time. But I'm also going with alternative motives to do some Christmas shopping because I've done like this much Christmas shopping. Zero bits of Christmas shopping has been accomplished. I bought a few gifts back in the summer, but I really haven't bought anything since. And it's the 7th of December, and Christmas is just what, 2 weeks away, and I haven't ordered the first thing or picked up the first thing. Everybody's gonna get gift cards. No, they won't get gift cards. I don't like giving gift cards because I feel like at that point we're just exchanging money. We should just keep our own money and call it done. But that's just me. I like personal items. So I was thinking about it today. I was talking to one of my employees and we were chit chatting back and forth. And the conversation came up of, well, what did you want to be when you were a kid? And I was like, oh, I like that. What did I want to be when I was growing up? And I had to kind of think about it. And, everybody's stereotypical response is I want to be a cop, I want to be a fireman or a fire person. I want to be a doctor, a nurse, a astronaut, all these things. I don't remember ever wanting to be any of those things. I did want to be one of the Dukes of Hazards. I know you're judging me right now. That's okay. I wanted to be one of them, but that was like a short whim when I was young. But honestly, I can't remember anything else that I wanted to do growing up, that I wanted to be when I grew up, other than I wanted to be an actor or a musician. Preferably musical theater or theater in general. And you're thinking to yourself, what 10-year-old, wants to do this for a living? Me. That was kind of my aspirational goal. I'm sure my mom says, would tell you that I probably wanted to be a doctor or some of the other things. The only other thing I can ever think that I wanted to be as I was progressing through age was a architect and an archaeologist. I think those were the three things that I really strove to do. I actually did some, classes for architecture. I don't remember what the classes were, but I did some drafting classes and stuff like that. But archaeologist was just because I liked Indiana Jones. I mean, let's just be honest on that one. But I never really thought of the standard type career paths that most kids do. And I wanted to pursue them. So I did take some mechanical drawing classes and some architecture type classes. That didn't work out for me, unfortunately. I'm not very goodly at math or English. So, okay. So I'm not very good with math. Math is my weakest point. And there's a lot of math in architecture. So I discovered after a few classes that math is hard and I didn't want to do it anymore. So that kind of put that part of my life to a screeching halt. So that only left me two other options: an archaeologist or an actor in either theater, movies, or musical theater. And so archaeologist was out of the question because I'm not a big fan of spiders. And if you guys know, Indiana Jones and other people tend to venture where spiders are and play. And so that's kind of out of the question. So I guess that only left one option for me. And that was music and theater. And so I pursued that, actually. So when I was a freshman in high school, well, let's flash back a little bit before that. I did several things, smaller things in singing and performing. smaller, much smaller. But when I became a freshman in high school, I really put forth the effort. I was in theater classes my freshman year of high school. I actually took theater classes all 4 years of high school. And one year I took double the classes because halfway through my 4 years of high school, we went from a 7-day class period, or 7 classes per day, to 4 classes per day for in the first half of the semester, 4 in the last. And so when we swapped the last year, I needed to take up some space on my curriculum, and so I actually took theater in the in the afternoon, which was advanced theater. I think it was like theater 4. I think that's what it was, or advanced theater is what it was called. And I had originally taken some sort of shop class. I don't remember what it was. Needless to say, the teacher did not like me and pretty much kicked me out the first day. But I did get kicked out of his class, probably because I did smart off to him a little bit, and partly because I did go to a very conservative school, and let's just say he did not like people that were different. And so me and another friend of mine that was in the room actually got kicked out. He said there's just not enough room in the class. And I guess because I didn't wear overalls and plaid, we got ejected, which was fine. It actually worked out to my advantage because I got to take another course of theater. So I took beginner's theater in the morning, and I took advanced theater in the evening, and or in the afternoon, I should say. And that was a lot of fun. I actually, for my senior project, worked with the beginner's theater class to help them and kind of teach the class a little bit with the teacher. But for my senior project, I actually had to write, produce, direct, and star in my own play because I had been in theater for so much that they pushed me through the limits. And the teacher that I had, she had actually taught me before I even came to high school. So the teacher I had was pretty phenomenal. She had actually taught some of my classes when I was in middle school, and the theater teacher that I had when I first started high school retired. So she came in and took over that, and so that was my project. It was a lot of fun. I wrote my own story based off of the game Clue. So everybody thinks the movie Clue, not quite. It was based off of just the board game, but my own take on it. And so that was a lot of fun. Also, during my senior year of high school, I got the opportunity to audition for a couple of different parts other than that. But I also auditioned for a televised theater production for a TV station, which I will not name, because I don't think they show it anymore. I know for like 5-6 years after it was all done, they kept showing it on television every year, but I'm pretty sure it's not on there anymore. But I did that show. We rehearsed that show while I was in high school, and we did that show we rehearsed it for weeks, I would say months even. Rehearsed it for months, and then put on one solid week's worth of performance, and each night of the week was a different piece of the show, about an hour long each, maybe an hour and a half. And then that part finished, I did that, and then the same company, the same television channel and company, they did another show similar to that one, but a different story, and a lot of the people that were in the original did returnings. I returned, and any screen time I had was scaled back quite considerably, unfortunately, because I was at that age where I didn't really want to be there, but I was there, and it was a lot of fun, I guess. I mean, there was a lot of cool people there. I made some friends that I don't talk to anymore, but it was a good experience. I got to be on television. I got to perform on a stage with a audience in the crowd. I think it was like 3,000 to 5,000 people in the crowd, and then it was televised worldwide, live every night. So that was kind of a cool experience. And then at that point, I was starting to get 18, and I wanted to kind of turn my mind to doing music versus just acting. So I did some attempts at singing throughout that whole career as well. And yeah, then things started happening. Life started happening. I started enjoying things and putting myself out there for different things. And I kind of forego that whole theater part of my life. And looking back on it, if I could do anything different, I probably wouldn't at this. Well, there are some things I lie. But for the most part, I'm very happy where I am in my life and I'm comfortable with it. But sometimes, you sit back and you wonder, well, what would have happened? What would have been the outcome if I had pursued what I was originally pursuing? What were, and that's true for any of us. So, like, when you were younger, if you're watching this right now, what would you have been wanting to do? What did you want to do when you were a kid? What was your passion? What did you want to grow up to be? And can you think about that? Think about, okay, if you had pursued that and you had actually become it, how would your life be different? I probably would not be living here. I would probably not have the friends I have. I would definitely probably not have this job, because if I had been successful with my theater career or my movie career or whatever it was, I could be living in New York or Los Angeles or being poor under a bridge waiting tables. Things could have changed totally drastic for me. And so, although I'm comfortable where I'm at and I'm very fine with how things have turned out, sometimes you sit back and you go, what would have happened if I actually grew up to be what I wanted to be when I was a kid? I was just thinking about that today. That was kind of on my mind. Also, it's kind of late in the afternoon already, again, because I've been trying to finish everything up, because end of year stuff is still being finished up. I've got all this other standard work that I've got to get done. Just normal life crap. So I'm still trying to get it all together so that I can move on with the rest of my day. I have yet to even think about washing dishes, which need to really be done. Or I have yet to finish the laundry. God, it's still in the dryer. Still in the dryer. I really need a maid. I also need a shave. I'll probably do that tomorrow before I go to town. But with that being said, I'm going to go back to do some work. I hope you enjoyed that moment of mental questioning. And I will see you guys shortly. Mickey.